G'day mates, it's the Doctor here, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We are going to be talking about one of the Barian archetypes, Water Winged Beast, which is in fact a deck in of itself, kind of like Bandicoot's Dark Machines, and it has a lot going for it and also a lot going against it, because it's not a well-constructed deck, but there is something here, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. So, we're going to start with the main subject matter of the deck, Blizzard Falcon, which is a Water Winged Beast monster that can inflict burn damage, and that's why I would like to adopt the name Blizzard Burn. It's a water deck that focuses on burn damage, and we have seen water cards that do burn damage over the years, kind of like a Torrential Reborn over here, and the Stealth Kraken deck, or Box Jellyfish as I like to call it, because the idea is to box in your opponent from winning. But, yes, for Water Winged Beast, there's so much room here for it to receive legacy support, and you may have noticed that Konami in recent years has been printing a lot of, well, not a lot, but they've kind of starting to print out all these Barian retrains. Like Nash here, or Shark, who's Rio's brother, and most recently we have gotten Batman Boxer retrain of Nova Kaiser. Now we have General Kaiser, so I feel like Rio may happen at some point down the line, as she is one of the 7 duelists that played number cards that exceeded the 100 limit, so these are the Barian number cards. And yeah, it's so weird, isn't it, that they're starting to delve into this more recently. And I feel like we're going to see that down the line, and maybe some more Barian stuff. Like here's a couple of random trap cards from the, what was it? The Cybernetic Access or Cyber Code Access, I don't remember the name of that set, but I feel like we will see more, like the Star Seraph or Malice Vorus, played by Vector, because we did pretty much get a water-themed legacy support thanks to Shark and the Water Duelist pack, and Legendary Duelist pack Starlight is next, so I'm going to put my money on the Star Seraph cards that will receive legacy support. But as for Water Winged Beast, there's a lot going for it, and a lot of room for support. For one, it's not very good at swarming the field. There's tricky ways to bring out Ice Beast Zerofine, because there's not that many Water Winged Beasts, or even just Winged Beasts. I guess you could put it in Harpies or Raid Raptors. But, yeah, it is its own unique typing, which I found surprising. The only exception to this is Chemicritter Hydro Hawk. But, it's one of those archetypes that's not named, but it's a thing, kind of like Chaos's Light and Dark Dragons. And, yeah, they have an odd one in the pack, like a Guard Penguin, and I should say I don't even have all of them. There's a Blizzard Thunderbird, which you can discard a card from your hand to special summon 2 Water Winged Beasts, one from the graveyard, one from the hand. So I guess that's a good way of swarming the field, but you don't have a way of searching a Water Winged Beast. And a Guard Penguin is part of a Penguin archetype, which we now know thanks to Burst of Destiny. The same set with Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer also printed a lot of the Penguin cards, or new Penguin cards, which may have been the last time we got a wave of water support was Shark's card. But in terms of retrains for Rio or Merag, if we do get to that point, it will undoubtedly be Crystal Zero, because funny enough, I don't remember the lore of it, but this card has a full armored form, and it doesn't have a Chaos number form, which is very unusual considering it has a number on the dress. And, yeah, I guess I should mention some of the ways you can improve this deck is with legacy support that could be based on other birds, like a Tundra Vulture, Frost Flamingo, and my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh name ever that I've come up with, Chickenberg. You gotta admit, that's a really good name. Who doesn't want to get beaten by Chickenberg? And more on the ice-related theme, we've got Cryo... I'm just showing some cards while I talk. So there's also Cryogenic Beast, Terror Bird, or Hyperboreal Beast, Polar Phoenix. Why don't we have a Water Phoenix, you know? That would be pretty sick. And speaking of sick, that gold rarity is gorgeous. Yeah, I do think the original maximum gold is more high quality, but yeah, I digress. This just shows that again, Konami is delving into more of these Barian supports, and we're gonna see Rio at some point. But what can they do is the question, and I think I've shown what they can do. More water-related burn effects, like Diamond Dust. So they need to add monsters of a specific type and attribute, and because it's such a limited archetype, they have more room to go full on. Multiple searches, like once per turn effects, because really, what deck can break these cards? But they do need more burn damage, and another thing as well that is critically missing from the deck, we're going to look at these again, is that these are level rank. There's a difference between level or rank. It lacks level 5 winged beast monsters. So yeah, it's also not generic because they require water monsters. So what can they do? Well, there's a weird monster called Siren Orca that if you control a winged beast and a fish monster, you can special summon it from the hand, and then all your monsters become water monsters? I don't get it. It's so confusing. But they need more like that. So maybe special summon from the deck, and your water winged beast is treated as level 5 monster for the turn, or summon from the graveyard, summon from the banished zone. Not that this deck does much banishing. But yes, what do you guys think of it? Can you think of ideas for what they can do with Merag's deck, Blizzard Burn? Maybe they could use their own field spell to utilize the unique typings of Winged Beast and Water Attribute. I know this was a bit all over the place, but I think the deck is unironically all over the place, because how on earth, with this deck, are you supposed to bring out the Crystal Zero Lances? But in terms of support, what you can do with the typing and attribute, you've got Swallow's Nest, which, yes, this is a super rare from Raging Battle. I believe that's 2009. You've got Icarus Attack, one of the best support cards for Winged Beast. There's that spell card Ring Recatool, who that's like the Pot of Greed for the deck. There's also Harpy's Hunting Ground, which could also work, but I think this deck could use its own unique field spell. So yeah, there's let's put these two side by side actually. Get a good look at the difference between the gold and the maximum gold rarity. So yep, that's gonna be the end of it. Oh, and I also came up with a spell card called Flock Flake for the deck, so you know, I'm doing your job for you, Konami. When are you gonna hire me to make new cards? I'm sure there are other fans that could do a way better job than I can, and ooh, got a very good glow there. Alright, so yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think they could do with Blizzard Burn? Do you think we're gonna see support? Is it likely? Because again, we've got a lot of oh, one last thing. I should also mention how it synergizes with other decks like Yuumi, Shark. So Bahamut Shark, you can go into Totally Awesome, and yeah, there was another water deck I had in mind. I cannot remember. I bet when I stop recording I'm gonna remember. But yeah, it is an Xyz focused deck, so of course you gotta maybe put in Xyz support. But I'm just rambling, and yeah, until next time, whatever I talk about next, whatever comes of these Barian support, until then, take care, mates.